Today, for our nerd out, we are going to be talking about the science of social media.
Yes, psychology of social
The
media.
psychology of social media. You know, I'm always trying to be in that science shit.
It's a science. It wasn't wrong. I just wanted to specify the science, because, they always say we live in the social media age. And, thinking about kind of on some pseudo-stoner shit, how we evolve and shit, right? Social media obviously affects our brains and, how we function, how we interact with each other as human beings. And so just the science of that study is really interesting. So,
and I'm pretty sure that, because I think it's really funny because there's just been hella clips of AOC just kind of question barraging Mark Zuckerberg.
Poor guy.
And every time he's just kind of I don't know.
He's just I don't know, man. I made this shit in college.
I don't know. Mark Zuckerberg's y'all study to be politicians and to govern people. I learned HTML and CSS. And
He dog. It's hard because you could tell he coming up with them shits off top, bro.
Nobody has the answers because realistically, social media is on top of the internet its own beast.
Yeah.
It's something that I think the psychology of it gets really interesting when we look at companies that put a lot of energy into making these cell phones or the way their program is interacted with as appealing as possible.
Every company.
That's their goal.
Every
they
single app on your phone.
Hell of money to do that.
Yeah.
And people have gotten really, really good at it. And now we're in this awkward position where, okay, now everyone has a phone and all these phones have apps that are designed to keep your attention
and make you feel shitty.
and we've realized I don't think any of the apps were made to make you feel shitty, but we realized that all these feel-good apps actually make people feel shitty, which is now everyone's oh God, wait, this is kind of fucked.
I mean, in my mind, anything that's trying to make you addicted to it, kind of trying to make you feel shitty. Because apps are built in a model that reinforces you to just feed
feel
into
the need
it,
to check back in.
Gives you a dopamine rush. I got high score. I got whatever the fuck. It's that dopamine rush. And then with social media specifically, I was reading this article that was talking about some different studies on how social media affects our mental state and stuff. And I was talking about how with apps that function on likes, Facebook, Instagram, those kind of things, it tends to put people in either a mode of upward comparison, being that person with 2 million likes has this superstar life that I want, or downward comparison of oh, look at that peon with their 50 likes, they nothing like me, whatever, I'm so cool. And they're talking about how both of those mindsets actually don't make people feel any better. It's damn, bro.
You still feel upset.
You just...
Some type of anger or
some kind of negative emotion that's just on you now because of this thing.
I think it's really interesting what knowing this now even kind of means for people. And in the sense of, we said, no one really built any of these apps, hopefully, to depress
nefariously
people, to depress people in a sense, because Instagram is oh, you can upload pictures or you can upload your life, but then the fact that people take pictures and then sift through the pictures that of the 50 pictures they've taken, they sift through and realize, oh, I only like one of these.
This is the best.
But I'm gonna post this picture, or I'm gonna send it to somebody for some post production, and then I'm gonna post this picture. Social media feels really tied to people's lives, but it's not. And I don't think the human brain, just like movies or just like video games or just like VR, we're not really good at distinguishing what are realities or what are things that can happen because of the real world.
Our brains are trained to put a lot of faith in our sight. It's our best sense. We're not hearing or smell people. We see shit. So when we see a picture, we've been trained to see that as fact. She's on the beach with $100,000 every day she's on the beach. I see a picture of it. It's gotta be real. She's living her best life.
And I ain't got shit. I ain't posted that in a week.
All them pictures from one vacation 2 months ago.
I ain't post shit in a week, man. I need to find something to post.
In the studio with the money bags. What am I doing?